Alright everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. We're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows once again today. I had a video put together regarding the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump, and I think I did 3 takes on it. None of them I can actually publish. It's something that's so raw and all that we're going to go back to video games. We're going to stay away from that. But the stuff I've seen out there has really disappointed me. I didn't expect much from humanity already. I knew most people were garbage. And I knew that everyone on the left was a piece of shit, but I had no idea just how big of one they were. But we're going to leave it at that. Let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. Assassin's Creed Shadows, accused of using Zoro's sword from One Piece and props from Amazon as official artwork. Shadows is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm going to tell you that right now. Right from the start when they announced it was a black protagonist and we had hip-hop music. When he's fighting, they stole a flag from this Japanese reenactment group and used that as a piece of artwork. Everything is just going wrong. There's a petition in Japan to get it shut down. You got shills left and right. It's the most pre-ordered game ever from Ubisoft. It's going to be bigger than... Yeah, shut up. It's not going to happen, man. This game's a piece of garbage and it's going to be DOA. Now, I will admit, it's going to do well enough because of the name recognition. Assassin's Creed is a well-recognized name. It's a franchise that's been going on for quite some time now and has brought Ubisoft tons and tons of money. A lot of it from me at some points, But it's done. Ubisoft will never get another penny from me. I'm sorry. They could release... Yeah, I don't know what they could do. I honestly don't know what they could do to get my business back at this point. And that's sad because I loved a lot of their games, But they could change, and if they changed, I wouldn't trust them. It would be a while before I trust them. They might say, you know what? We're getting rid of our DEI program and we got rid of... Guillermo or whatever the fuck his name is, the guy that's running the joint, he's retired. We got someone new in charge. We're not going for the modern audience anymore, and we're going to just try to make good games and not worry about diversity, equality, and all that crap, because it's a waste and it just doesn't work for us. And we're not gonna lock brand new content, like a brand new game. We're not gonna lock a mission behind a season pass, on day one. I mean, it's not like it's something that's coming up 6 months, 3 months, whatever down the road. No, this is like a day one thing that exists in the game, locked behind a money wall, paywall. That's crazy. And we're not going to monetize every single player game with all this nonsense in there. Can you imagine how much more Ubisoft could do? How much better they could be at making games if they weren't wasting so much time just making cosmetics for everything and selling them? And I'm sure it's making them some money, but overall, is it making them really, really good money? But most of all, I would like Ubisoft to actually let you buy a game and own it and not have the ability to take it away from you 5-10 years down the road when they deem it's no longer worth supporting. Now, I get it with multiplayer games, that you have to close servers down one day, especially if things aren't doing well. That's a risk you take. But I think these multiplayer live service games should always be free. And that's my opinion. That's not because I play them and enjoy them. I don't play them. That's not something I'm into. But they should be free. If you're going to put out one of these games, it should be free, and it should survive on cosmetics and whatever they want to put in there like that. That's fine. You want to build that model, and if you want to close it down 6 months down the road, a year down the road, whatever, well, it is what it is. The people that put money in it shouldn't have put money into it unless they saw it was a good game. You guys should have done a better game, but whatever. Anyway, Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows are being accused of using One Piece's Rorona Zoro's katana as well as props purchased from Amazon as official artwork for the game. In a post to the game's official French account on X, a translation from Deep L reads, "Katana and Yasuki's mask by a Pure Arts Limited or artworks from the game at our Ubisoft booth at the Japan Expo offers you an immersive experience." It adds, "We'll be immersing you in the spirit of the game until Sunday, July 14th. And there we go. Now, the company was accused by ex-user Kaibet Subhuman of grabbing the products off of Amazon. A translation from DeepL reads, official Assassin's Creed Shadows merchandise is available from Amazon. He then shared a number of product images that match what the Assassin's Creed France account posted. And here we have them. There's the sword display right there, and the sword itself, it looks like, the katana. This is that, I guess. I don't see the mask in there, but that doesn't mean it's not there somewhere else. Former World of Warcraft lead Mark Kern also identified the katana on the stand as Aurora Zoro's sword from One Piece. He wrote on X, Ubisoft ripped off One Piece, gives fake samurai Yasuke Rorona Zoro's katana, we're just going to call him Zoro from now on, at Japan Expo. That's going to piss off even more Japanese. He continued, I'm getting sent a flood of references for what Assassin's Creed Shadows is ripped off from the Japanese artist, but this is the worst so far. So, is this laziness on the part of Ubisoft and their developers? Is it a reliance on, I've heard people mention like AI. Is it a reliance on AI? Is AI just going around, are they utilizing that in some way, shape, or form? That's going around scraping the internet for images and stuff like that and bringing it into the game and creating assets that way? Or is it wanton theft? In any of those cases, one of them is really egregious. The other two are just lazy and gross, especially if you're using AI for it. And, if you're using AI as a tool to make your games and you're charging that kind of money, you can go pound sand, bro. That's ridiculous. I could make a game with AI like that, Absolutely insane. Both the katana and the stand are sold by a French company called Phénomène that sells a reproduction of Zoro Sandai Kitetsu, a Zoro's sword. The katana and stand are listed on the company's website for 40, I guess that's euros. Wow. The geisha style looks similar to a $14.99 listing from a manufacturer that is found on Amazon. $15. I wonder what Ubisoft would sell it for. Probably a $95, $120, something like that. A similar listing is all available for a 3-piece set from Did a Season through Amazon. $35 there. $34.29, I should say. These accusations come in the wake of Japanese politician Satoshi Hamada signaling he could bring the game up in front of a Japanese Diet, Japan's legislator. Hamada indicated on X earlier this week, request for opinions. We have received a consultation regarding the alteration of Japanese history by a French game company. That's Ubisoft. We share the consultation below with images. We have also quoted a post that we believe points out the problem with the game in question. We would be happy to receive your comments and suggestions, including specific requests. So it's cool that Japan's pushing back and you got politicians doing this kind of stuff over there, and I appreciate that. In a subsequent post, he added, thank you for the many comments about the new Assassin's Creed series of games set in Japan. In relation to the above, we received a consultation from another person about cultural theft and cultural invasion regarding Yasuki, a black man who served Nobunaga Oda. We share the content of the consultation with you. And there it is. Ubisoft Japan recently issued an apology for using the back flag of the Sekigahara Teppo Corps without the reenactment group's permission. The back flag was shown in a promotional video for the game, as noted by former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern. Mark's on top of things lately. But like I was saying about this, I don't see anything happening at this point that's going to stop this game from being released or that's going to cause major changes in it. I think we are too far gone, we're too close to release date, and Ubisoft's invested too much time and money into it. I could be wrong, but it would have to be something severe that could potentially harm Ubisoft financially and significantly before we see anything like that happen. So, we're going to see this game release, we're going to see it sell to the old crowd of Assassin's Creed fans and all that, and that's fine. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I think it's not going to do nearly as well as they expect. And I think it's going to be a hit to a company that really can't afford many more hits. I mean, what was it? Skull and Bones took a crap. Absolute nightmare there. I have a feeling the new Star Wars game, the Rebels game, that's going to take a shit as well. It's going to do terrible. These guys are going to lose money left and right on 3 big tentpole games that they were expecting to make a fortune on. And it's going to put them in dire straits. And then hopefully the shareholders of the company start looking to hold them accountable for what they're doing and say, hey, everybody can make a mistake. Anybody can put out a game that doesn't hit right. There's something that just doesn't work. You tried to innovate too much, or you tried to do this too much, or you tried something new and it didn't work, whatever. But when they look and they see the common denominator running through these different games that makes them so bad, and I'm not just saying it's DEI alone, because DEI is important in these games, and that's something that definitely is impacting people that want to purchase it, but people are tired of Ubisoft games. They're tired of these stupid fetch quests that send you running all over the map to get little things, collect 20 flowers or feathers or whatever. They're tired of that kind of stuff. They're tired of these open worlds that are open and have a ton of stuff to do in it, but so much of it is just empty, repetitive garbage. It is boring, absolutely boring. And they're tired of games that are, look how much money they're charging now. They want to, it's bad enough this generation games went up to $70 a pop, and when we went digital to save money, and that didn't help. Games aren't $10 cheaper digitally or $20 cheaper digitally. They're not even a penny cheaper. It's the same price. So it's ridiculous, because that was kind of the reason they did it. We'll save money. Well, save the company's money. They can sell me a $70 digital game, and all it requires is me downloading it onto my PlayStation or my computer. Or they can sell it to John down the street who buys it, but they have to package it, put it onto a disc, or put something onto a disc, so they have to have the disc, the packaging, and all that, the logistics of sending it to where it needs to go, and yada yada. So it'll cost more money to do that. Now, in the grand scheme of things, not a ton, but when you're factoring in millions of copies of things, it's significant, So yeah, it's all right. So Ubisoft Japan apologized for using the flag without permission earlier this week. It wrote on X, "We have received notice that 2 pieces of concept art previously released for Assassin's Creed Shadows used the flag of the SBH Union, the Sekigahara Rifle Corps, without permission. The group was given the opportunity to apologize, and it was accepted. This is likely an issue with the translation. Is probably better interpreted as the group gave us the opportunity to apologize, and it was accepted." The company added, "The art in question will not be used or distributed any further beyond this date, except for being included in the art book in a collector's edition. We deeply apologize for this matter." You should pay them. Every copy of that art book sold, they should get $1 or whatever. All this comes after Ubisoft initially marketed the game as being historically accurate. Okay. Ubisoft Quebec went to great lengths consulting source documentation and building a network of expert historians, professors, and cultural consultants to help the team build a world as authentically as possible, from castle construction principles to tea ceremonies to tatami alignment. It added the team made trips to Japan to help them properly grasp the landscape and the culture, and more importantly, connect with Ubisoft's Tokyo and Osaka teams who helped with the creation of the game. Historically accurate. That's funny, because the titular hero of the game, Yasuki, or whatever his name is, Yasuko, he is historically inaccurate. He was never a samurai. They make him a samurai because a guy wrote a book about him and made him a samurai in the book, and then someone made an anime about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Just because you say something is true doesn't mean it was true. There was no record of him being a samurai. I had someone argue with me, well, there's no record that he wasn't. It's like, that's not the point, bro. It doesn't make any sense. There's no proof that Abraham Lincoln wasn't a ninja. I can't say he's a ninja because, well, nobody ever said he wasn't, right? So come on, man, just stop being ignorant. You people are so ignorant. The guys that defend this, it's so bad. If you don't care, okay, fine, that's cool. That's on you. If you don't care about what's going on in this industry and you just want to play games, fine, whatever. But don't defend it, because it's obvious what they're doing here. It's 100% obvious, and it's stupid. And if you defend it, then you just look like an idiot, because it's indefensible. Who wants, feudal Japan, man? We got a black samurai. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, the blog post also made it clear that they were attempting to tell a historical story of Yasuke. It also offers a unique perspective of the period. Players can discover Japan alongside him. Whoop-de-doo. On one hand, he serves as a warning for the colonizing threat that the Portuguese present, and on the other, he adapted and thrived in Japan and can be viewed as an example of the meritocratic structure established under Nobunaga. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, his historical story is established and then developed and expanded from that point. The team won't spoil how he's linked to Assassin's Creed lore. Players will have to play the game to find out, and declared, I guess I'll never know. If you wanted to put him in a game, that would have been cool. If you wanted to give him some kind of spotlight, a DLC, something like that, a little set of missions that focused on him and helping him, whatever, that could have worked. You know, you could have snuck in your DEI there without totally ruining the game, but nah, they wanted to go, you know, full throttle balls deep with this, and now they'll pay the price for it. The game's associate narrative director, Brooke Davies, even admitted in a video uploaded to the Ubisoft channel that the historical character presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. You know, but then she admitted there's not a lot known about him, you know. We know he arrived in Japan right when the game starts, and he had relationships with some of the most interesting people, blah, blah. They just made up the rest. And it's ridiculousness all around. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this game going to be successful, or is it going to fail? Or is it just going to kind of plod along and sell enough copies to go ahead and continue, you know, for Ubisoft to continue doing what they're doing? I'm hoping the DEI money starts drying up from these companies that want to push this kind of crap, because it's an absolute mess, you know, absolute mess. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up right now. It's been a rough weekend, and, you know, it's Monday morning now, so God bless you guys. If you haven't done so, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.